Whee! Hello, 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 la 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 la. Welcome to the Hoopla Y'all Show. I'm Shay Rippinger of Hip the Hoopla, and in this episode, this is a really cool episode. This is You've Got This. Now, what am I going to cover in this episode? Health, humor, and hula hooping. In particular, this is number 5 of the 5-part Mindset Modification series. So, this is You Got This, and I'm going to show you a trust that it will be there little mental game that you can try. That's the health part of the show. The humor is going to be a laughter yoga exercises that is actually a nice confidence booster, superhero pose. And then we're going to finish up with the hooping portion, which is going to be a hoop tutorial of what I just demonstrated, that hoop roll. I'm going to give you some tricks and tips on that technique. Okay, so let's get this party started. And first of all, I am Shay Rippinger of Hip the Hoopla. I help wise-minded women get happy, healthy, and more holistic with humor, heart, and hula hooping so that you can get what you need to and want to done. All right. And I am also a holistic happiness health coach. I also teach hula hooping as well and do this show and do all kinds of cool things. So if you want to learn with me, stick around. We're going to learn a little on this episode, and you can also work with me personally as well, either in a group coaching setting or a private one-on-one, in person, online. I have all sorts of varieties. So check out www.hipthehoopla.com, HIPTHEHOOPLA.com. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel. Hit the thumbs up, hit the bell notification on right now so that you can get upcoming notifications of awesome tutorials and all sorts of really neat things about health, humor, and hula hooping and how to live a wonderful holistic life. All right, so here we go. This is a 5-part series, so just a really teeny tiny quick recap on what we covered in parts 1 through 4 so that we can get to this particular one of part 5. We went through the whole mindset modification with change your thoughts, change your world. So how that comes about, check out that episode and you'll get into that step process there. And then we went into GIGO. What's GIGO? Garbage in, garbage out. What you're putting in your brain, what's coming out, all in your actions and in your world. And then we explored the world and the third portion of can't versus yet. So using the word can't, which a lot of us do, and then just replacing it with the word yet. And there's some more to it than that. And of course, some neat things that go along with that. And then how actual brain chemistry, if you fake it, can help you make it. So that was part 4. And now we are up to You Got This. All righty. So here we go. Now, how this came about was I'm a professional hooper, right? And there is a particular move that eluded me. I call these particular moves my nemesis moves, the ones that really give me a lot of pause. They give me a lot of, I struggle with them. You know, I see other people around me getting them and getting them brilliantly, and they might not come very easily to me. So anyway, this hoop roll was one of those moves for me, and it wasn't looking beautiful. I wasn't getting it, and it just wasn't coming across. And it's a move where you're taking the hoop, and I'm just using this as an example. We all have a move like this in our lives. It could be a hula hoop, it could be anything, but where you're doing that. Now it looks a lot better now than it did, but I'd throw it and it wouldn't roll. I wouldn't get the roll placed properly. I wouldn't catch it. It wouldn't happen. So it would I was just having a tough time with it. So what I ended up doing with it is throwing all caution to the wind and just taking a different approach, a different mental approach. I decided to do my own mindset modification on that, and that is to kind of turn it on its head. Where I wasn't having success with it, I just thought, all right, what if I do have success with it? And I'm going to trust that it's going to be there. And that's the game that I use. That's the mental thing that I told myself, is trust that it's going to be there. And what I mean by that, and you can use this in your life too. So when I initiated the roll from one side, it's a balance move. There's movement to it. There's connection. There's a lot of different moving pieces and elements to make this move work. So trust that it'll be there is, I have to release it from one hand, let it roll, and then catch it in the other hand. But what I told myself is trust that it'll be there. And so when I first started it, I just threw it, and I didn't know if it was going to be there, but I'm just like, trust that it's going to be there. Trust that it's going to be there. You got this. You got this. You got this. And by me telling myself in my head over and over again, you got this. You got this. You got this. At first, it was just like I would hear bang, 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 bang with my hoop just hitting everything because I didn't have it. I didn't have it. But by continually telling myself, you got this, you got this, you got this, and eventually believing it, because every once in a while, it did happen. And then it's with more practice, that's the key. More practice, more practice, more practice, a lot more practice. And then also getting some training with it as well. I did eventually get it. So you can get professional coaching, you can get the training, you can learn different things. And then once you implement it or practice it or keep doing it, then that's when it starts becoming part of your toolbox, not just somebody else's toolbox who's teaching that information. So you got this. And I would be like, and I would, follow it and do all of the things with the hoop. And eventually that actually became true. And then it became more true and more true and more true. And that's how that came about, is the you got this and the trust that it'll be there theory, because that really works. So sometimes you have to teach, or what you're teaching to other people, you have to figure out a way to learn it yourself as well. So, and you teach it to other people after you've learned it yourself. So, so I can shortcut the process for other people, which is really nice. It's kind of, sometimes when you look at it and you're like, oh, wow, you got it in 5 minutes. And that took me 6 months to get that, yay for them. I've taught several things, many people that where, that's happened before. And I want to kick myself. I'm just like, wow, I'm jealous of my own teaching skills, because you got this way faster, because I broke it down for you and all the pieces, and you didn't have to hit all the hard spots that were major rocks and boulders that I had to climb over to get there. But that is good, because we all get to learn on the steps of all the people that preceded us. So that's pretty cool. So that's our kind of the health portion here, because that's the mental modification part. So we're dealing with a little bit of the mental health here. So now we're moving on to the humor portion, which is a laughter yoga exercise. This is a confidence breath, and this is known as the superhero pose. So I want you to stand up with me. So wherever you're at, I want you to stand. I want you to stand nice and tall. Roll those shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath in. Bring that spine nice and tall. Bring your head towards the sky and ground your feet into the floor. And I want you to stick your hands on your waist, kind of in a power pose, like you're a superhero, like you have a cape waving behind you. And you're going to stand there in this superhero pose. And we're going to throw a little laughter with this to make this into a laughter yoga exercise. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose, and then we're going to laugh and exhale it out. And stand nice and solid in that pose. We're going to inhale it again through the nose and exhale it through the mouth. One more time, inhale it through the nose and then exhale it through the mouth. All right, and at the end of laughter yoga exercises, we take our hands together nice and big, and we go, very good, yay. Do that with me twice. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. So nice and big, because you're going to hit all the acupressure points on your hands, like a little kid doing a really big clap. So, yes. So now, actually, while I am standing up, I'm going to demonstrate the hoop chest roll. So I'm using a small hoop because I'm in a smaller space here. And I'm just going to demonstrate in one direction. But a couple of the keys of that I want you to get of the technique. And this may not be a get it on your first try kind of move. That's okay. And this one you can actually use kind of like a toy store hoop. I always recommend, if you can, as soon as you can, please try and buy a professionally made hoop. And it's going to be an investment, but it's going to be a much better thing for longevity to hoop with. But in this case, you can use something a little bit smaller and lighter. So a toy store one will be okay on this particular move. So what it is it's a roll. So you're going to be, it's part movement, part balance. So I'm going to be taking this on the hand, releasing this. So I'm going to have the palm facing up, and I'm going to set the hoop on top of the palm, and I'm going to guide it with my index finger in towards my body. So I'm going to take this, and at first I can just even match the hoop and manually roll it across my chest to the other side, and then grab it with the other hand. So let's just try that a couple times, just rolling it across, just getting that. So you're going to be nice and tall and lifted in the spine, and the head is going to be up and out of the way, and the chin. So you're going to lift up, take a nice deep breath in, and really raise that chest and lift, and roll the shoulders back so that you open up the chest, and that the hoop is going across about your collarbone. You want to make sure you tilt your face back so your face is not in the way. So part of the tricks of this, a couple of things. One is you're going to release it. You're going to say, I got this, I got this, I got this. And you're going to toss with the hand. So you're going to give it a little momentum from this direction. And as you catch with the other side, you may or may not catch it on the other side. That's okay. If you drop it, use your happy hoop glee word, which is any happy word or sound. So if you drop it, whee, you pick it up like you meant to do that, and just continue going. So again, we're just going to go from that one side, and we're going to give it a toss. So another thing that you can remember with the hoop is to watch your hoop as it goes across, and you will give it a little bit of direction with the head. Another quick tip is to make sure that you keep your arms out. If you're moving your other arm, you're changing the trajectory and your line that the hoop is moving on. So you want to keep that nice and straight when you're doing that roll. And the third thing is it's a balance move. So you're going to be making sure you stay nice and big and steady. And you're going, when you release this hand, you're going to release and go across the body. So, and on the other hand, even if you just, it's a big circle, throw your hand in the middle of it somewhere, somehow, and that will be okay as well when you're first trying to get this and you just want to get the sense of catching it. So those are some quick tips and tricks of how to get the chest roll. Now it's going to take some practice time. So put on some music, and get to it, and know that you got this. It's going to happen. So trust that it'll be there. So open up one hand, release it, give it the move here, give it that movement, release the hoop. You can't catch it with the other hand until you release it from the first hand. So hooping is a metaphor for life. Sometimes you have to let go to catch a new thing. All right. So in a nutcap reshell, nutshell recap. There we go. Oh, my words. How fun, how fun. Okay, we did you got this, the mental exercise, the health portion of the show of you got this and the trust that it'll be there. We also did the superhero laughter yoga pose where we breathed in, nice and tall in the spine, and exhaled out as you laughed out. And then we did the hoop roll with a tutorial with all the tips and tricks that were in there. So I hope you enjoyed this nice action-packed episode, action superhero packed episode of the Hoopla of Y'all show, the You Got This episode. And that concludes our mindset modification. Now, If you haven't already, please do subscribe and know that I have a monthly membership and some other goodies on the Hip the Hoopla website. So there's some really neat things coming up. So please do check that out. If you haven't already followed me on social media, I am Hip the Hoopla everywhere on Instagram, on Facebook, on Pinterest, all the things. So please do follow me there and definitely subscribe, and please share. Sharing is caring. So I really appreciate you being here. Rock on, peace out. I will see you on the next one. So see you later. Rock on, peace out. Bye.